All right, I'm here in St. John. The beach is called Trunk Bay. It's a pretty nice beach. I'll just give you a look at it here. And I swam out to this kind of like island, here. So I'm kind of like looking back at the beach now. And I'm not really in the habit of making vlogs right now, but what I thought I'd do is talk a little bit about decreasing stress. Okay, so I've been running a business for about 3 years, and I pretty much work every single day, right? And it has really become the priority in my life. So when I wake up, the goals of the day are pretty much to just get as much work done as possible. Okay, that's what I would pretty much say. Like, use whatever energy I've got to get work done. When I feel low energy or the kind of willpower goes away, I'll kind of like and lay on the bed, right? And maybe look at social media or something like that. And that's been a good system. That's been okay. But I guess my business just went to, just whatever you want to call it, the next level recently, which kind of has given me the opportunity to look at my life and go, okay, how am I living my life in terms of stress? Okay, because when you do this, like, get as much work as you can thing, when you do that kind of mode in your life, you just naturally get stressed. And I've had like a lot of realizations about how stress works and how to potentially reduce stress, because I can't, expertly speak on how to reduce stress right now, but I've had some ideas, and this is what I'm going to be kind of implementing. And I think the ideas are going to be valid, even though I haven't implemented them yet, because I've seen, the opposite of this. I've seen what doesn't work. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, yeah, this is going to work to reduce stress. So let me give you my ideas, okay? So in my opinion, in my experience, from my perception right now, the thing that causes stress is, in one word, deadlines. It's trying to get something done before some particular time. Whether you want to look at that as like an actual big deadline, like the boss says, oh, you have to get this done by September 29th or something like that. Fine, that's one type of deadline. But also it's just like trying to get something done before bed, telling someone you're going to do something and then needing to do it by the next day or something like that. It's like just when you say, yeah, I'll send that to you. And then you're like, okay, I got to send this to this person quickly. It's even if someone on your team asks you for something and you say, I'll get that to you right away. And you're responding to that and trying to do it as fast as you can. So what all these kind of deadline things is, they promote a mode of work where you're trying to get something done as fast as possible. Okay? So I'm just going to switch arms here. I don't really care about doing these like professional blogs with no errors or anything like that. Like if I want to change thought or do something, I'm not going to even cut it out. I just don't care. Like who gives a toss, right? So this is the cause of stress. Okay, so it's fine to work like that for a while. Okay, like it is like a necessary way to do things to get to a certain level. But when you get to a certain level, like whatever it is for you, I don't want to define it in like a monetary sense, like, a certain income or anything like that. But just like when you look at your own financial health and you're like, okay, I'm ready to not have stress. Okay. Like I can implement things that will cause me to get work done slower and cause my business to actually maybe go slower, but actually potentially go faster if you do it right. Then you're ready for it. Okay. So here are some of the ideas that I've had on how to do it. Okay. Let's go. Let's start with your own team. Okay. If you are in reaction to your team, that's a good thing in terms of getting work done, right? If you set yourself up to be like responsive, like your team member sends you a message and then boom, you're like, got your message, excellent. I'm going to do this in response to that to get you what you need, to help you, right? I mean, that's a good thing, right? It's good for business, of course it is, but it's not good for stress, okay? So the opposite of that in what I'm planning to do is just deliberately check, like proactively have a session where I look at what my team needs just once per day, okay? So that could be just in the morning or something like that, or it could be in the night. And it's just 1 hour when, okay, I'm looking at what everyone needs right now and I'm reacting to that. And if it comes in outside of this hour, then it's like, no, I can't react to that. I just can't. I mean, sure, you can get it done, and that would be like your team members would appreciate that, and you'll have the identity of like a responsive leader and stuff like that. But it's going to cause you stress, okay? And it's going to thrust you into that get stuff done as fast as I can mode, okay? And it's just not going to be good. I just got to change hands. I'm not doing well here. Okay, so that's something to see for the future, or maybe even right now. If you're ready to not be completely reactive and like, I'm available all the time, my door is always open, boom, start doing that. Like 1 hour per day, deal with things and give people what they need. And outside of that, you're just not available. You're just not available. Okay, let's start with, let's move on to another topic, customers, okay? Customers have usually requests and demands, okay? So think about like customer service, right? If you're doing customer service, you got a problem, okay? Because every customer's demand is urgent. Please do this for me as soon as possible. And you have this lingering thought, like if I don't respond to the customer straight away, I'm gonna lose reputation, all sorts of stuff like that, right? So you're like immediately responding as fast as you can. So basically what you want to do is you have to hire a customer support person, right? When you're like, that has to be a thing in your future or something that you implement. So many flies, what's going on? That you implement as soon as you can. Like customer service has to happen. You have to get someone qualified. All right. I don't mean just like hire some shitty person that you have to train off Odesk. You want to hire someone from a reputable firm that deals in outsourcing customer service employees, right? So these people are already trained on how to do customer service. Then you hire that person, they just come into your business and do the customer service for you. I really wish there's just one fly would get out of my face. What's with that? Okay, right? So that's customer service, okay? Let's move on to another topic, clients. Okay, so we love clients. We ideally work with clients who are our friends. And you want to be good to your clients and do what they want. But, hold on. It's just flies getting me. But what I've noticed is the biggest thing with clients that can cause you stress is when you say, I'll get that to you right away. Okay? Let me get right on that. I'll have that to you by this day. That's the problem. When you set yourself into, I'm going to deliver this to you on this day. Okay? That's when you've got a problem. Because now, I don't pretend like procrastination isn't like a thing that just happens to everyone. It just happens. It happens to me. So like, naturally, not all the time, but maybe at least sometimes I'm going to leave it. Okay? And then the day before, then I'm going to be in stress mode because I'm trying to deliver. So the solution is never, ever, ever say to your clients, I will get to this to you by this day. Just stop doing it. Just saying, I'll do that, right? That's all. I will do that, okay? And then you're fine. Like, maybe you'll get it done slower than usual, but at least you're not causing yourself stress, right? And remember that the stress, it makes it so that you perform less well in all areas because you're like this, right? So although these things all seem like they're like going to hold you up and make things happen slower in your business, I think it's going to all come around, okay? So, let's think about another thing like product delivery, right? So in your own business, like you sometimes like you want to get to a financial level that you're happy with it like as soon as possible. So you start to like say, I want to get this particular thing done by this day, right? Like I want to launch this product in September. I want to launch this product by December. Let's start and get to it. I don't think that's the way to work. I feel like as long as your team is being proactive and doing productive work all the time, you're constantly moving forward, right? So you have goals that you want to finish products and stuff like that, but you don't have any particular thing where it's like, it has to be done by this day, I want it done by this day, this has to fall in line with this has to fall in line with this. You want to be able to go to bed at night just like fine with how your company's doing. You don't want to be like, oh God, we're not going to make this, I want it to be done by this time, the money's not going to come until this particular point. You want to let that go, okay? You want to just be like, the company is moving forward, everyone on the team is doing the stuff that they're meant to do, stuff will be done when it's done. Now, it might sound like that is like actually suggesting to like that you're going to be slow, but I don't think you're going to be slow. I think that's going to be really, really fine, okay? Now, okay, so all of these things that I've mentioned, they kind of like hint at reducing productivity. So I have a solution to that so that you're like, I can see a way that, maximum productivity happens, right? So the way you want to work to limit stress is you want to have particular core hours where you focus really, really hard, potentially even get into a flow state and get a lot of work done, and you go, and then you just come out, right? And then you're done. And especially by 5 p.m., you're done on your work, right? Because you've done core hours. Maybe you've done like 5 or 6 core hours per day. Not like this on and off multitasking thing, but you've done core hours. So for me, what works is to have a focus assistant. I've done this before. I had to fire them because they started to distract me and they weren't a good focus assistant. But the focus assistant, they're scheduled to talk to you at a certain time, like from 9 till 12, and you just come on and you work while they're there. So they're waiting for you on Skype. They call you and you're like, oh shit, I got to wake up, 8:45, alarm. Oh shit, I got to talk to my focus assistant in 15 minutes. You get the hell out of bed, right? So, and they just sit there and you're just held accountable by them, right? And just pay them $5-6 an hour to get that done. So that allows you to like snap into a flow state, in my opinion, and get the core work done because you've scheduled the hours and you're focused while you're on the call because someone's right there. You're not allowed to waste time or anything like that. So that's what it's all about. It's just like, as long as you create the circumstances where you're getting core work done, you know that you're getting all your stuff done and you know that your team is good and they're getting stuff done as well, you don't have to worry about meeting deadlines because you're already doing the best you can. And not only are you doing the best you can, but you're doing well, right? You have processes in place that are being executed well. So in no way do you have to worry about meeting certain deadlines. Like what is that going to do? If everyone's working well, you don't have to meet deadlines, okay? Because you're doing the best you can, okay? Okay. So let me just switch hands again. Arm is getting so sore. So the final part that I would say is that you need to like actively relax, okay? I've been on the freaking US Virgin Islands, right? I've been smoking weed on the beach. I've been chilling with the locals. I've been talking derp stuff. Nothing has mattered for the past 3 or 4 days. Just hasn't mattered. And it's just incredible, like what a different state I'm in. Like I just came completely by myself, Don't need anyone here to just take a chill session and relax. Just completely by myself, just relaxing, totally fine. Now that's, you can't spend time like that all the time. Like you can't do that every single day. But ideally every single day, you'll go into a state where you do something that kind of emulates being on a vacation, okay? What could that be? It could just be going for like a presence walk or something like that. You just go and walk and you just don't take your phone. Maybe you take like something you can listen to. Like unfortunately that's often the phone, so you've got like your distractions with you, but you just say, hey, look, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna listen to an audiobook. I'm gonna listen to a fiction story. And you just walk around and be very calm, okay? And you just like, relax, okay? Yeah, so the other thing is like take Sundays off and just like on that Sunday, just be like, I'm relaxing. I am recharging, okay? If you just go, we're kind of in like a mode where we're just kind of like, well, but also this, so just be cool with that. Or just also this, also that. When you take breaks, don't take one of those breaks where it's like, 5-minute, 10-minute break just to recharge, just lie on my bed and look at who's winning out of Trump and Clinton. Or look at some bullshit social media, just like, if you want to take a real break, go the hell outside and go for a walk. A lay down on your bed for 15 minutes is not a break, okay? Like a real break is like going outside and being like, and removing the stress. Another thing, like I haven't been doing this recently, is meditation. Now I know that meditation decreases stress. I know without a doubt that when I meditate, but the fact is, when you're in that previous mode, it doesn't make sense to meditate. You need to get shit done as fast as possible. Because if you don't get shit done as fast as possible, you're going to be like, oh, I've got money issues. I need to do this by this. I've got clients with demands and stuff like that, right? That's the level that, and all those behaviors correspond with that, and it's fine. But you want to target and move into a paradigm where it's more about managing your stress, getting core work done, right? Really focused, high value, high output for the input you put in, work done, okay? And then you actually have time to do stuff like go for relaxation walks and do meditation and stuff like that. Because, after 3 years in business or something like that, it becomes unsustainable to stay in that high stress, high anxiety, well, not anxiety, but just high stress, high pressure mode. Okay, so that's basically all the thoughts I wanted to give. I think this is a pretty good set of ideas on how to de-stress once you're at a level where you're able to do it, right? If you've been listening to this and you're like, I don't have time for that, that's fine, okay? Just be where you're at and do the stress out thing. And then target a time in your life when you're going to not be stressed. And these are the kind of tips and strategies that you want to move into. Okay, well, let's just have a look around here. What? One of the best beaches I've ever been to. I've been to Boracay in the Philippines, and this is nicer. I mean, oof, damn. All right, peace. See you later.